A Wisconsin Marine veteran has found a path to healing after experiencing military sexual trauma. She now helps others who share a similar story. At just 17 years old, Dianne Young enlisted in the Marine Corps. She knew she wanted to serve her country and didn't hesitate to sign on the dotted line. She loved the work and made a career out of it, putting 20 years in and deploying all over the world. But while serving in Japan, something happened that changed the course of Dianne's life.
I mean, I certainly would have thought I was safe going back to my own room right there in the barracks. And obviously that was not the case.
Dianne says she was raped by her superior, a master sergeant, after a night out with her unit celebrating a promotion.
As awful as that was, because I knew him, I worked for him, he knew my family, I knew his family, everything about this was wrong. And then what made it worse was the way the military handled it.
Dianne says she reported the crime to the U.S. Marine Corps, but nothing really happened. The master sergeant ended up being honorably discharged. As a coping mechanism or a way to try and forget, Dianne turned to alcohol and gambling. She lived like this for over a decade and knew she needed help.
I realized at that time that I had been completely emotionally checked out for 12 years from my marriage, as a mom, from my friends.
It was a friend who invited her to a retreat led by a group called Healing Warrior Hearts.
My friend, she saw all of this stuff that I was doing wrong, and it was all trauma responses. She tried to tell me, and I just did not think she was right. I didn't think anybody knew. Nobody.
The nonprofit run by Patricia Clayson organizes supportive confidential weekend retreats for survivors. They are led by veterans or civilians who have experienced sexual trauma. They use talk therapy, art, music, and other creative outlets to heal. After going to that retreat, Dianne finally felt seen and heard.
That gave me hope to think that I wasn't crazy with the dysfunctional lifestyle I had created, self-coping, that there was hope for me.
Now she helps lead those retreats for others. But that's not all. After years of volunteering, Clayson wants Dianne to take over Healing Warrior Hearts one day.
Dianne is going to be my successor in this work. I am very honored to be training her to be an instructor and a leader in this organization.
Dianne's pain turning into purpose.
It's rewarding for me to do this, and it's really... It's nice to have the confidence when they come in that we're going to be able to help them, because I've seen it work every time.
Helping others heal from the trauma of military sexual assault, something Dianne says is not talked about enough. In Brookfield, Megan Marshall, Spectrum News.